Good morning. How you doing? I'm sat in my kitchen again. I think I haven't really done that many videos in my kitchen before, and I'm finding myself here the last few days, and I think there's a few reasons for that. One is that there's things going on, like at the moment there's a guy here, God willing, fixing a boiler, and that's up by my workroom, so that space is a bit disrupted and noisy. And also I need to be present and available and around in case he's needing anything. But also, I guess there's just been a big dynamic shift in our house of the presence of people and noises and movements with the loss we've been going through recently. So noticing that shift, and just needed to be in that moment with you of noticing that for myself and bringing that into the space, because we bring all of us into a space, don't we? And I was just being present with that. So I hope you're doing well. I've got here my little healing candle lit, which smells really gorgeous, and I just want to share that with you and waft it at you. Have a good, and feel the vibrations of that, because I was just doing two things. Firstly, I was working with my own affirmations. I was just having my Care Bear coffee, Care Bear coffee as I think of it now, and also I was engaging with a client in some messages and feeling into that space, and so I had the healing candle out for them too. And actually it inspired me to talk about something, that exchange, because this comes up a lot with people that I work with, and I think the nature of the beast with the group that we are in Peace with PDA, we are a very conscious, self-aware, dedicated to our own personal development and self-journey group of people. You know, we're very woke and very take a great deal of self-responsibility, and in that journey sometimes it can be really confusing for people to know what to do with their emotions, because in kind of spiritual development, personal growth, kind of law of attraction, all these kind of spaces that many of you tune into, we can really be called into, and I've got no beef with this at all, by the way, totally walked this walk myself. We can totally be called into being very conscious and particular about our thoughts, and very aware of our vibration created by our emotional state and what we're attracting to us from it. And it can make us want to kind of filter our emotions, those emotions that we see as being negative in society, you know, the anger and the grief and, you know, all that stuff, that we put those negative labels on. We can kind of like think, oh, suck that thought back, you know, push that away. I don't want to be putting that out into the universe. And I want to encourage us to I don't believe that is the teaching, but I think that can be the perception that we have sometimes. And I would like to just bring that into this space with a different thinking, which is, if we are having an emotion, it is energy in motion, okay? It is meant for us, it works with us. It's just a messenger. It's just an in the moment invitation, a feedback, really, a barometer to guide us, you know, where we are. And it's not good, it's not bad, it's not right, it's not wrong. It's a gauge. It's like having the fuel tank on the car. You know, like, it's really useful to know when it's full, when it's getting near empty. Indicator light, Lindsay, you're going to run out of fuel again because you keep avoiding stopping at the station. Anyone relate? So, you know, it is a useful tool if you pay attention to it, as previously just hinted at. So we need our emotions. When we get triggered into bitterness, despair, depression, anger, all of these things, it's a messenger that we might want to look at where we are and make some adjustments, because maybe our boundaries are being trodden on and we're responding to that. Or maybe we're overwhelmed, maybe we're giving more than we're allowing ourselves to receive and the flow's off, all of these kind of things. And so it's this wonderful feedback, and we are designed to feel it, to own it, to process it, to express it, and allow that energy to move through, a bit like the digestive process works with food. It comes in and it goes out again, hopefully. And, it's designed to move through. So we need our emotions. And then people get really confused, because the work I do is with EFT tapping and all these things, is about helping people to release their emotions. And they're like, is that because our emotions are problematic? But remember, EFT tapping and other such tools are about helping us to release our blocked and stuck emotions. So these are the emotions that we haven't been able to, for various reasons, have that organic process that I was just talking about. So we haven't been able to process it, to digest it and release it. And so it's showing up in some problematic way. And that can be physically, in the gut. I was just talking about the digestive thing, and that's a big thing that I work with. It can be in our joints, it can be in headaches, it can be in patterns of stress, and it can be in what we identify as being our triggered behaviours, when we find that certain people, places, things set us off into that emotion again, because it reminds us of something. And we're kind of back in that place, even though that emotion was relevant to that time and that place. But because we weren't able to fully process it in a healthy, safe way, integrate the learning and release it, we are still, as we call it, triggered. And so the EFT tapping helps us to release those stuck and blocked patterns, so that we can be in the present moment. That doesn't mean that we won't experience those emotions anymore. We are still going to get mad and sad, and we're still going to feel bad and all that stuff, all the words that we use with kids in tapping, mad, sad, bad, and we're still going to feel those things. It's all part of our human beautiful nature, and it's all useful and helpful, and we need them because they give us that feedback. But there's a difference between feeling them because of something that's happening to us now, or because we are being reminded or triggered back into something which is actually a past experience. Often something that happened to us when we were a little kid, and we didn't feel empowered, and we didn't feel in control, and we weren't in our adult and our conscious prefrontal cortex thinking and all the stuff we have now. And so it takes us back into this place where we feel really unsafe and out of control, and our survival process kicks in, and we flit into that part of the brain, that amygdala, that's the fight, flight, freeze, fawn response, and we don't want to be coming from that place in our current adult relationships, in our partnerships, in our parenting, in our friendships, in our leadership in the world, whether that's through career or heart passions or whatever it is, or however we're using our voice. We want to be coming from this more conscious place. So I hope that helps. I hope that was useful. I hope that made sense. I'm just finding myself glancing at my affirmations in front of me to see if one jumped out, and it did. And it said, I release the past with love. There you go, there's the lovely EFT tapping affirmation. And actually, it's not a classic use of EFT tapping. It's about releasing those blocked emotions and triggers and processes. But actually you can, if you know tapping, you can tap on the acupoints and say your affirmations. And what that can do is help if any resistance or buts or shoulds or, I can't or I'm not sure sort of show up. It can help release that underlying resistance as you're tapping. So you can say, I release the past with love, I release the past with love. I can hear someone coming, so I'm going to say goodbye. Lots of love. Have a really good day. Thanks for being here with me, and I will see you soon. Bye.